Hello, this is Mr. Daniels, and we're talking about writing on demand here. How do you go make a 4 to 5 paragraph essay on demand from beginning to the end? We're going to go ahead and just walk you through right here with a personal story from my life that I think is actually quite funny and taught me a great lesson. That's why I title it A Lesson to Remember. So you should be following along on your sheet right now with the introduction. It basically starts with something called a hook. Now, what a hook is, you want to get the reader's attention right off the bat. You want to hook them right into the essay to make them want to read more. Let's read that opening line right there in the first line. It basically states, "When I was a child, I thought I could get away with pretty much anything." Boom. Right off the bat, you are hooked. You're wondering, what in the heck did this guy get away with? I want to read on. I want to find out what he did that was so memorable there. You are automatically hooked in there. So the hook is taken care of here. Part 2, you'll notice it says it ends with a thesis statement. One sentence explaining what you're trying to prove in your essay. And if you look at the remainder of this introductory paragraph, I lead up to this last sentence right here, which I will highlight pretty well, but I'm going to read the other part above it there. "I was all of 10 years old, anxiously awaiting the outcome of my first ever golf tournament. Butterflies bounced around in my stomach as I slung my bag with approximately 6 clubs in it over my shoulder. I stood over the first tee, wanting to do my best and knowing I would do whatever it takes to achieve it." And then my thesis. "Little did I know that I was about to learn a lesson of honesty and integrity that would live in my heart forever." Okay, the thesis, the highlighted sentence that you see right there, this is what my paper is about. This is the one sentence that basically tells the lesson that I'm going to be holding very true to my heart. And it's what this paper is focusing on, is the lesson that I've learned here. So we're moving on to the body. If you go to part B, there's the body. The very first thing there talks about claim and evidence. Well, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down the screen here. We're looking at the 2 body paragraphs in the middle. And you will notice that I begin each paragraph with the claim. This claim is the only thing that is discussed in the body paragraph. If you look at this paragraph right here, the very first sentence, which is my first claim, the remainder of the paragraph, everything that's down here, is all discussing the same topic. We're not mixing stuff in there. One topic per paragraph. That's why it states that on the 3rd line below there. You are not going to go for 2 or 3 topics in this one paragraph. Hit for one topic. You want that sandwich. Your essay should be like a sandwich, and the ingredients inside your sandwich in the body right here, they can't be mixed up, guys. They have to be separate. Otherwise, you get that blended sandwich that Pierre made, and that is not fun. It's quite disgusting, actually. So let's go ahead and read this paragraph as we go through here. The claim. "I began playing my game, doing the best, absolute best I could, and I was hanging in there." Okay? Now, after that, the remainder of this paragraph is everything about my golf game. We're sticking to one topic per paragraph. Let's read about it. This is the evidence here. Evidence. "My competitors had to tell me their scores at the end of each hole because I held their scorecard. I was the one in charge of writing down all the scores of the entire group. I wanted to win so badly that every time I scored a 5, I wrote down a 4. Maybe when I scored 7, I fudged it down to a 6. It wasn't every hole, however. It certainly was enough to cheat my score by at least 10 strokes. All right, that's a lot when you think about it. Nobody in my group knew of this except me." Okay. So once again, the evidence is supporting that first statement right there. We're moving on to the next body paragraph. All the way down right here. Once again, claim to start it off. If you look at this first sentence, this is my second claim for this paragraph, which is a new topic. And this is about announcing the winners. And guess what? I was one of the winners. I mean, I think that you probably predicted that. Let's read the sentence. My surprise later came after my round was over when the tournament chairman began announcing the winners. Okay, now there's my claim. The rest of this paragraph is all about the winning. And if you look at the remainder here, this is all my evidence to support this top line here. So let's read about it. My name was called for second place in the entire tournament. It was such a bittersweet feeling at the time. Knowing I had placed was cool, yet knowing my cheating led me to win was not so cool. I was rewarded with a $25 gift card to the pro shop, where my mom was so excited to take me. I wanted to hide under a rock at that point. You could not make me want to buy anything I didn't deserve. My mom kept encouraging me to get something, but I kept telling her I didn't want to. Finally, I settled on a blue golf shirt just to make her happy. So the body is over. We are officially ready to end this paper with the conclusion. One paragraph to kind of wrap everything up right here. And the elements of the conclusion, if you flip to the back side of the worksheet here, number one, you are restating your thesis in a different way than what you wrote in the introduction. So let's go back real quickly to the introduction. This is my thesis right here, talking about me learning a lesson of integrity and honesty that would live in my heart forever. Okay? How am I going to rephrase that in different words down here in the conclusion? Well, let's go ahead and find out. I think these first two lines kind of together restate my thesis. To this very day, I have never worn that blue shirt I won at the Smiley's golf tournament. This was a lesson in honesty that affected me so much that I never again cheated in a golf tournament. Boom, right there. I have restated the exact point of this paper at the bottom in the conclusion, the last slice of bread of my sandwich here. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the last couple sentences here, including this final sentence, which I'll highlight in a minute as the powerful closing thoughts. The torture living inside me, knowing I had lied, ate away at me until I decided I would play the game of golf the way it should be played. I am proud to say that this fall led me to realize a lesson that would bring truth to me forever. I like that last line. You try to end with a powerful closing thought. I believe that is a powerful closing thought. To finish off the essay, to talk about bringing truth to myself here. Guys, this was not a shining moment for me, but I tell you what, sometimes when you fall in life, if you can learn a lesson from it, you might consider that a successful failure is what I call that. So anyways, overall tips for writing, I'm going to go over and go those at the bottom of the paper here. Don't use the words I think in an essay. You know, you can say the same thing without saying I think. For example, if you're trying to prove that school uniforms are invalid by saying I think school uniforms are silly, could you say the same thing without saying I think? Yeah, you could. You could just say school uniforms are silly. Okay? Without the I think, it works just the same there. It's just redundant and you don't need it. I know it's what you think. Okay? Number two, evidence, evidence, evidence. You got to prove what you're trying to say. Prove to me that you know what this is. The more proof you put into your paper, the more details used to support it, the better your paper is going to be. Number three, and we didn't do it for this time, we will in the future, citing quotes. Always finish with your own comments following. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, guys. And then the last one, structure is essential. You need to think intro, body, conclusion, just like the sandwich that my twin brother Pierre created. And coming live from France, I do have a quick message from Pierre to you all via phone here. So I'm going to go ahead and put him on the line here. Pierre, are you with me, buddy? Are you over there in France?
Yes, oui, I am over here in France, and I would just like to say I would like to be in this video this year, but I cannot do it. I am busy with my restaurant over in France, and I go ahead and I say to remind you all that making the essay is like a sandwich.
Yes, Pierre, that was wonderful. A sandwich, can you please guide the students real quickly through that process there.
Yes, I go ahead and I talk about it real quick. Remember, introduction of your paper is the top slice of bread of your paper. The body is all the good stuff in the middle. The tomatoes, the meat, the cheeses, the lettuce, maybe a little honey mustard or mayonnaise if you please. It's all in there. And then finally, the conclusion, we call that the bottom slice of bread. You put that all together, it is a beautiful sandwich that is magnifique.
All right, Pierre. Well, thank you so much there, buddy. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to be with us here. We're going to go ahead and close off here and say thank you so much for listening to me on YouTube. And I wish you guys luck on your writing on demand tomorrow. Looking forward to hearing some great stuff. Great stories from you. So we're going to go ahead and close out here and say God bless.